Greetings and welcome. This is Rajiv Makni on the Sale Guru Show, and today we've got it all. Every single product that you were thinking, acha ye wala ke wo wala, I've got all of them. The Google Pixel 7 Pro versus the iPhone 14 Pro. Which is the better camera? Which is the better phone? We'll compare it both because, frankly speaking, in the world of Android and in the world of iOS as in Apple phones, this is pretty much it. These are the two kings. But who's the king of the kings? We'll tell you today. Then we'll move on to a review of the Moto E22s. Budget phone from Motorola, great performance, good display, big battery. But in terms of camera, once again, I'm not really getting Motorola's overall gameplay out here. They do it all well, and then there are one or two things that just don't work. So we didn't like the camera in this one, which is pretty obvious. And then we'll move on to a story, top 5 budget phones under 15,000 rupees. Now this is something that you all keep asking for. We're going to try and get a lot more of these kind of stories for you, buying guides to make sure you get the best phones ever. And then we'll take you to the Meta Creators Day. This is a very interesting thing that Instagram does. All of you that are actually budding creators, people that are struggling on Instagram or otherwise, we have some great advice for you. Let's get started with today's Sale Guru Show. Let's move on now to our big review, the Google Pixel 7 Pro versus the iPhone 14 Pro. You know, on paper, if I'm going to be comparing everything, and we're going to concentrate on only one thing today, and that is which is the better camera. So on paper, if you look at the Google Pixel 7 Pro, it seems like it's way ahead. And Google really does a great job with the Pixel. That's what they're known for. If you want the best camera phone, you go with the Pixel. But that really applies mainly in the world of Android. When you come down to iPhones, their Pro series is always fantastic. But between these two, forget everything else. Not the specs on paper, not what they talk about. What really is the king of the hill? We're about to find out today.
Hi, I'm Rubina Mongyang. Today I have with me the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Pixel 7 Pro. These phones represent the best of the best in the market. But we are not comparing the ecosystems today. No, we are comparing what might be the best camera phones in the market. Which is the better camera phone, the iPhone 14 Pro Max or the Pixel 7 Pro? We are about to find out. This year, the iPhone 14 Pro amped up its primary camera with a 48 megapixel sensor. High-resolution sensors have been available on Android phones for years now, but Apple's leaning into the benefits of the Pixel binning means that image quality has improved by leaps and bounds. Meanwhile, the Pixel 7 Pro is making use of the Tensor G2's ML capabilities for computational enhancements like HDR+. The end result? Incredible amount of detail across both shots. Now here's what I did. I went out yesterday with these two phones and I clicked multiple shots, all kinds of shots, low light shots, daylight shots, portrait shots, even short cinematic video, and then put it down all on the machine to compare the shots, and here is what I thought. In good lighting, both the iPhone 14 Pro Max and Pixel 7 Pro are able to pull an astounding amount of detail from images. However, there are a few differences to be found still. For example, the iPhone 14 Pro Max default color tuning is towards slightly warmer tones. This gives the shots a slightly yellow tone. The Pixel 7 Pro meanwhile opts for neutral tones with a cool edge to it. While the colors are more true to life, it can be a bit less appealing compared to the iPhone. Both approaches make sense, but which one do you prefer? Things change up a bit in harsh sunlight. In areas with sweeping shifts in dynamic range, the iPhone suffers. The Pixel 7 Pro's multi-step HDR process means that it is able to capture both highlights and shadows evenly, as you can see in these pictures. On the other hand, the iPhone not so easily. Things change a bit when looking at low light conditions. Now, while both phones have dedicated night modes, the Pixel 7 Pro is able to output a cleaner shot at longer exposures. Coming to the wider shot. Both cameras have dedicated ultra-wide cameras, but the iPhone does a better job at resolving detail. As you can see in the picture, the Pixel 7 Pro shot is just a bit too soft, though the colors might seem just a bit more neutral. The Pixel 7 Pro's computational magic, however, really starts pulling through at long focal lengths. While both cameras have telephoto sensors, the Pixel 7 Pro uses image fusion to combine data from both the telephoto sensor and primary sensor to fill in the gaps and create a more compelling zoomed-in shot. Coming to my favorite mode, the portrait mode. Now, portrait mode photos on the two phones are surprisingly close. However, the Pixel 7 Pro did a better job at creating a realistic depth of field effect. Moreover, it did an excellent job of drawing a boundary around errant hair. That said, the iPhone shot is no slouch either and gets pretty close. Coupled with the warmer color tones and processing, the iPhone comes out neck and neck with the Pixel 7 Pro. But what about the video? While the iPhone 14 Pro is the undisputed king of videography, the Pixel 7 Pro has made a massive leap forward. With HDR recording support, the Pixel 7 Pro captured beautifully detailed shots with ample dynamic range even in low light. Moreover, the stabilization is exceptional here. Looking for cinematic video? Well, both phones have it, but the iPhone's generational head start gives it a leg up over the Pixel. Not only does it do a better job at bokeh separation, but it captures a more true-to-life video with better bitrate to boot. So here is what I think. If you are primarily looking for still photography, then you cannot go wrong with either of these phones. Both these phones are brilliant. They give you really good details and colors in pictures. However, if you want to shoot videos and experiment with that, then I think iPhone does a little better job than the Pixel 7 Pro. And because it already has a head start when it comes to the software of cinematic mode and also the camera and the OIS, I think iPhone suits, the iPhone 14 Pro Max suits better in terms of video than the Pixel 7 Pro.
Our next story is, of course, our review of the Moto E22s, new phone from Motorola, budget phone. So most of the features are also very budgety. For instance, 6.5-inch HD display, so not FHD, not full HD, and it's a LCD panel, 90 Hz refresh rate, which is not too bad, 500 nits of peak brightness, which is not too bad, MediaTek Helio G37, which is fantastic at this price point, Android 12. But the cameras, oh my God, Motorola, kya kar rahe the yaar? I mean, it's under 10,000 rupees, but this much of a compromise, we did not like the cameras.
Motorola has launched its cheapest smartphone to date, the Moto E22s. But in a segment that already has too many options for consumers to choose from, can the E22s stand its ground or will it fade away? Let's find out in our review. The Moto E22s gets a similar design as the other Motorola devices. It has a plastic build but does not look cheap. The polycarbonate body looks and feels sturdy. It is not a fingerprint magnet, but it easily smudges and using the case is advised. The device is slightly on the bigger side and using it with one hand might get difficult. The phone weighs around 185 grams and does not feel heavy to hold. Coming to the display of the phone, it sports a 6.5-inch HD Plus IPS LCD touchscreen with a resolution of 1600 by 720, with a pixel density of 268 ppi and offers decent visuals and great viewing angles. It comes with a 90 Hz refresh rate, which made swiping between the apps a breeze. Using the phone under direct sunlight was a struggle as it comes with only 500 nits of peak brightness. The device includes a side-mounted fingerprint scanner and supports face unlock for authentication. The Moto E22s is powered by the MediaTek Helio G37 octa-core processor and is paired with a 4GB RAM and 64GB of storage. It can handle everyday tasks with ease. While browsing social media, switching between apps, we did not notice any lags. Though the phone is not meant for heavy-duty gaming, we played Call of Duty Mobile, which it handled without any problem. The phone did heat up slightly while playing COD, but it can handle casual gaming easily. It has a single stereo speaker at the bottom and comes with a 3.5mm headphone jack. The phone runs on Android 12 with Motorola's MyUX skin on the top. The minimal bloatware and clean interface make for a smooth user experience. Motorola is not marketing the E22s as a camera phone. It gets a dual camera setup at the back. It has a 16-megapixel main camera and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. The images taken are decent and just about get the job done. The 8-megapixel front camera also produces some decent results but messes up the skin tones. The phone is backed by a big 5000 mAh battery and easily lasts you more than a day with moderate usage. But the 10-watt charger definitely disappoints. Priced at Rs 8,999, it boasts of great specifications but only on paper. However, where the phone does shine is the display and performance. So if you're looking for a phone under 10,000 rupees or a second device, this is an option that you can consider.
Let's move on now to our top story, and you'll be like, wow, this is the third story in the show, and this is the top story. It is because these are the kind of stories you're always asking for, buying advice at a particular price point. And today we'll go into top 5 budget phones under 15,000 rupees. It's a very popular segment, really on fire segment. Most of the phones sell under 15,000 rupees. But we'll concentrate on the best phones from Redmi, Motorola, iQOO, Realme, and Samsung.
The under 15K segment is pretty competitive. The past year has seen brands working towards dominating this segment. With powerful processors, long-lasting batteries, and better cameras, they have tried their best to make sure you get the best in your budget. In our review, we bring you the top 5 smartphones under 15K that have stood the test of time while others fizzled out. The latest entrant from Redmi is the Redmi 11 Prime 5G. This comes as the successor to last year's Redmi 10 Prime. Xiaomi has made some considerable improvements to the 11 Prime 5G. The key highlights include an upgraded rear camera setup, adaptive refresh rate, and fast charging support. The Redmi 11 Prime 5G is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 700 processor. It is a powerful processor for a budget segment phone. It gets up to 8GB RAM with virtual RAM support. It gets a 50MP primary sensor and a 2MP depth sensor which perform well. Priced at Rs 13,999, the 11 Prime 5G is on our list of recommendations. The Moto G52 is another feather in Moto's cap. The 6.6-inch display is surrounded by thin bezels. This makes watching content an enjoyable experience. The color accuracy, contrast levels, and saturation is spot on. All the power under the hood comes from the Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 processor. A clean software and Android 12 make the phone a desirable option. The phone is great for consuming content, and the well-tuned stereo speakers add to the experience. Priced at Rs 14,499, we recommend the Moto G52 for the multimedia experience that it offers. The iQOO Z6 Lite has the specs that you would want in a budget segment phone. It is 5G enabled, and it is also the first device to come with Qualcomm Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 SoC. It flaunts a 120Hz refresh rate. The 6.58-inch size is also the perfect balance between portability and multimedia functionality. How about the cameras? There's 2 of them here. A 50MP primary camera is the center of the show, and it takes plenty good photos. Colors from the main camera are generally rich in contrast and high on detail. The sensor even does well in low light situation thanks to the magic of pixel binning. Priced at Rs 13,499, this is an all-rounder that can be looked at. The Realme Narzo 50 is a budget handset by Realme that comes with a 6.6-inch IPS LCD display. It sports a 120Hz refresh rate, making for some great experience. It comes with a triple camera setup. It has a 50MP primary camera, a 2MP macro sensor, and a 2MP depth sensor. On the front, it comes with a 16MP sensor. The Realme Narzo 50 is powered by the MediaTek Helio G96 platform, and you can run mobile games smoothly. All that gaming is backed by a 5000 mAh battery and a 33-watt dart charging support. It is priced at Rs 13,499. The Samsung Galaxy M13 offers some good features and specifications. It comes with a 6.6-inch LCD display and makes for some great multimedia experience. The performance is handled by an Exynos 850 chipset, which is supported by up to 4GB of RAM. It sports a triple camera setup and an 8MP front camera. It is priced at Rs 11,999.
Let's take a quick break right now on Sale Guru. When I come back, lots more. All right, welcome back. Let's do something that I really enjoyed doing. So I went in, I was invited to the Meta Creators Day, which is mainly for Instagram, right? And I went out there, I didn't really know what I was going to expect out there. Like, okay, yeah, there'll be some creators, there'll be some people out there. It was like an explosion of talent. I mean, from the people that were on stage to the people that were off stage, there were booths, there was craziness going on, everybody collaborating with everybody else. Great stuff. But here's something very interesting. So I sat down with Manish Chopra of Meta. It was very interesting because, besides the fact that he now says the way to go on Instagram is with Reels, he gave some incredible statistics as to how good Reels were doing. He also had some really good advice for those people that either are wanting to be creators or those that are struggling. I'm sure lots of you will really get some great insight. Watch this. Manish, great event, great keynote. I want to take something from within that. First, maybe in a sentence or two, could you tell me, what is the very idea of a content creator meet like this? What's your objective? I get the objective as to what's happening with people attending. What's your objective to do something like this?
Content creators for us have literally become culture carriers. We wanted to create an event where they can get together and collaborate, celebrate, and then just learn. And that's what these kind of events are for.
Okay. And I've seen that. I mean, the energy out here was absolutely at a whole different level. But here's where, I was a little taken aback with your keynote where you said Reels is pretty much it, the platform. You gave some incredible statistics, some really fantastic numbers. Can you take us through why Reels is now the dominant platform for anybody on Instagram?
Actually, what we've seen in the last couple of years, right, ever since we launched Reels, is that this short form video format has become something that's really transcending all kinds of constraints or boundaries. Today, 140 billion Reels are played every single day on Facebook and Instagram. And Reels is a format that is all about being able to express either the thought that is somebody is changing mindsets, or a thought that's about expressing a new talent that you have, or just a song, just an appreciation of the moment. So I think this format as such has blended very nicely with the fact that on Instagram and on Facebook, it is all around your friends, your family, your connections, and your passion.
Okay.
So that social entertainment approach that is there is really what's has defined Reels. India is the lighthouse country for Reels across the world for Meta, and we've been a place where we've incubated it. We've been a place where Reels has got phenomenal amount of love.
What's that one piece of advice you would want to give to everybody that is working hard, creating reel after reel, putting in their best they can? Everybody gives them a new piece of advice: do more, do less, post at this time, don't post at this time. There are so many. Can you distill it down to one or two things that you'd really want people to say, okay, do this, you'll get your audience?
I have one philosophical advice,
okay,
and one, practical advice, right? My philosophical advice is really around jigger. People have that passion in there, and that is what will keep them going. If they are expressing their true voice, that is what will shine through. If they look and listen and copy and look at what everyone else is doing, it doesn't break through. So that's the first philosophical point of view. You have jigger, you keep fighting and build that. On the practical side, right, I think there are a few things that we have seen work. We have seen a few things work. Trends work. So if you want to break through, look at the trends that are there and put a twist to the trend in your own voice, in your own, approach, right? Be it music, be it dance, be it a trend that you want to break through in a certain way of shooting, lighting, video, using AR or graphics. These are all trend-based things. Collaborate with another voice. Build on each other's strengths as such. These are real factors that have worked for all creators.
Okay.
And anybody who's looking for learning how to do this better and better, come join our program Born on Instagram. BornOnInstagram.com has program which today 2.2 lakh creators are part of. It's in 7 languages. Anybody can come, it's free. It'll take you from the basics to the advanced technical training, as well as to connect creators with opportunities with brands, so that they can learn how to do better brand collaborations. So in my mind, right, we are out there to create all these playgrounds. It's up to the creators how they want to play in them.
All right, that then was the Sale Guru show for this week. But do join me next week, just like this week. I've got so much great stuff. See you then.